And this week, the question of the week was, if you was to create a new law, what would it be? Chat, you said to me, right? Let's do individual. Right. So the first one here says, you see them 20 miles per hour roads? Yeah. I'm making a new law that they're only on school roads, fairs, and all those 20 roads can change to 30, and I'll even add that you have to be driving at a minimum of 26 miles per hour on a 30 road. I'm not gonna lie, chat. That's a very valid law. The only thing that I think is a bit crazy is making it a minimum of 26 miles per hour on a 30. Not all the time do you need to be driving fast, bro. Like, sometimes a chill journey is better. I'm not gonna lie. Chat, the older I get, the more I actually want to drive slow. I actually deeped it the other day. The other day, when I was in the car with Kamani and Dre, right? On stream. When Kamani was cutting up, like doing like, you know when people do, they call it swimming in traffic on motorways. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like that. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like that at all. You know what? The older I get, the more I realize I actually kind of value my life. And this driving quickly, it's not for me no more, chat. Somewhat valid. I somewhat agree with this. If you was to make a petition for this, I would agree with you. I would agree with you. Right, next one is, if you was to create a new law, what would it be? Get rid of car insurance. Now, whoever said this, come here, let me give you a kiss. Absolutely brilliant law right there. Car insurance, and let me tell you, look, you know it's just a UK problem, because car insurance in America and in Europe, bro said, what the fuck, I didn't get to Dodge. What you say, you don't want my kids, bro? You don't want my kids? Okay, too far. You said you leaned in. You see, look, that's too far, bro. Why are you always taking it there, though? But chat, car insurance in America, in France, let me explain to you how it works, and then you're really gonna realize, okay, something's wrong with the UK. In America, let's say my dad buys a car. My dad has now paid for insurance for the car. The car is now insured. If I've got a license and I drive it and I crash, I'm covered. Whoever drives that car, as long as they have a driver's license, they are covered. It's only in the UK that they make you insure each individual person who will drive that car, chat. Only here do they do that. It's a serious problem. And you know what's even worse? Guys, we're actually letting them get away with like profiling people. It is very greedy. It's very greedy. Like, I don't think you guys realize, we're letting them get away with profiling people. They profile you based on where you live, your job, all this and that. Like, what does all that have to do with how I'm gonna drive the car? You don't know me. You don't know how I drive. So what does me telling you that I work, my job is dictate how I'm gonna drive the car? They're profiling people. If you say you live in the hood, they're gonna profile you. They're gonna. Do you know what I mean, chat? It's not fair. It makes sense though, but it makes sense. I do hear some of it, but it's just extremely greedy. The only way I would allow it is if I'm involved. So maybe one day I'm gonna make my own car insurance company, but until then, this is absolutely outrageous, and it needs to stop. If you was to create a new law, what would it be? Girls should get free period products because I'm a feminist. No, W. I can't disagree with that one. Genuinely though, no. Busy Paid, I know you wrote this. I know this was you. But genuinely though, chat, jokes aside, I genuinely feel like things like this should actually be free, because I'm not trying to do one of them, bro. Babs calls women bitches. First of all, I'm Babs 100, so whoever you'll talk about Babs over there, I'm Babs 100, bro. That's not me. It was you, JP. No, W, chat. I genuinely agree with this, though. I'm not trying to pull one of them ones. I'm not trying to do one of them. But I genuinely feel like, why should a woman actually have to pay for pads? It's not a woman's fault she was born a woman, and that they have periods. Like, why should they have to pay for pads, tampons, all of that? Like, it's not their fault. Do you know what I mean? So, like, actually having to pay for that, I think is crazy, but bro, I'm just trying to think about how you could make it free. It's too late. It's generally too late. Should you pay for deodorant? You see, now I get the type of argument you're saying, like, should you not have to pay for natural things? Like, obviously a human sweats, it's not our fault that we're born and whatnot. Should we pay for clothes? See, look, now I get you lots. I get the counter argument, but come on, chat. Not only are they going through pain, because going through a period like this actually like physical pain, and sometimes if they're not going through physical pain, they're going through like mental pain, like they're not thinking, like, you know, during that time of the month they're a bit more stressed out and whatnot. So it's just like, bro, not only are they going through that, but then they have to pay. You see, now, come on now, it just sounds a bit mad, innit? If you was to create a new law, what would it be? Age on all social media platforms has to be on display. Valid. Very, very valid. I'm not gonna lie, very, 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 very valid. And you know what? I think this would help the man them out a lot. This would help the man them out a lot, because there's a lot of my guys that have messaged a girl, they're talking and whatnot, and then after the conversation they've said, oh, by the way, how old are you? Bro has found out he's been speaking to someone that he shouldn't be speaking to. You know what I mean? So if they just knew off the rip, it would save so much confusion, and it would also, the first line of convo needs to be age true. But then again, sometimes that can kill the vibe though. That can really kill the vibe though. Like if you think about it, like imagine being a girl, right? And a guy just messaging you and saying, how old are you? How old are you? Immediately it kind of sounds like you've got like weird intentions, bro, because why are you asking for her age? Because her age only matters if you're trying to take it there. But then again, you wouldn't be friends with someone underage anyways, so you also need to know the age. But do you know what I mean though, chat? It just kills the vibe. Sometimes the man them lie up at age. But then again, I still think lying about age regardless of gender, man, is just wrong. Like, because if that person wants to fuck with you, like let's say a woman is 25 and you're 20, bro, if she wants to, like, don't lie about the age, innit? Like if you're really that guy, she'll fuck with you no matter, as long as you're of legal age, she'll fuck with you. Okay, so you don't need to lie. Like it's like a guy, you wouldn't want a girl to lie to you. You know what I mean? So like just don't. I just feel like lying in general is terrible. I'm not gonna act like I've never done it. I was back in them days saying I was 16, I was 14, I was 15. I'm not gonna act like I never did it, but I always find a way to get to the pussy. If I gotta upscale my age, I'll do it. Each of their own, bro. Each of their own methods, bro. I would make get backs legal. Oh, okay. Okay, so if someone robs you, you're allowed to now go and ching them. Fair enough. Fair. I feel like, do you know what? That's kind of fair. That's kind of fair. That's kind of valid. Okay, cool. My fault. Wait, let me redo it again. Let me do it again. If someone robs you, you're allowed to rob them back and not go to jail for it. I hear that. I actually think like that's quite fair. Like that's quite a fair rule. If someone beats you up, you're allowed to go beat them back up. This is very valid. I'm not gonna lie, this is very valid. But this is my thing though, chat. Do you feel like if someone beats you up, right, and then you beat them up, should they get arrested for beating you up first? Because at the end of the day, now we're just legalizing crime if we're just allowing get-backs to be valid. But like, we can't just legalize crime. So should the first person who initially done the crime get in trouble for it? No, it's one of the other. Fairs. Because we can't allow one person to do the crime and one not. What kind of example does that set? You know what I mean? Cool, fair enough. W law. I'm not gonna lie, W law. If you were to create a new law, what would it be? Allow men to get BBLs. I mean, bro, nothing is stopping guys from getting a BBL apart from the financials, bro. Alright, chat, next one. If you was to create a new law, what would it be? Make it legal to chop trans. Broski, this is legal. Just do what you want to do, gang. You don't need a law for this. You can do this. Okay? Nothing is stopping you. Now you're just projecting, bro. You just wanted to let niggas know that you just want to fuck a trans, bro. Nothing is stopping you. Ross wrote that. Hey, Ross, bro. Nothing is stopping you, bro. Go ahead, gang. Nothing is stopping you, like, for real. Right, chat. I'm a bit worried about the direction of where this is going. But on to the next we go. If you was to create a new law, what would it be? If your podcast is just straight planting convo, then you serve time. Nah, do you know what? Facts. And even your TikToks as well. If you're just talking about relationship, cleanup, girls, wigs, like if it's just straight plantain convo, your account should just be terminated. Like, bro, chat, you know nowadays, genuinely, I swear on everything I love, the minute I see a conversation like that, like, should a girl skip? Because No, that's not chat. Big man take chat. Really watch what you consume. Like, stop consuming that bullshit. Like, stop consuming that bullshit and watch how good your life gets. I'm being so for real. Or as a man. Yeah, get rid of that, man. Like, if they say as a man, is it okay? Skip. If they say, should your girl... Skip. What else, chat? I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Chat. This is why I only consume hentai. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out, bro. That's even... I don't know if that's worse. No, but chat. I didn't accidentally, chat. I followed someone who was following me on TikTok, yeah? Without actually looking at their content first. I just saw he was making content. I was like, okay, cool, I'll follow him back. And then his content actually came off my For You page, yeah? It's just straight plantain convo every single day. Like, it's actually his mission to deliver a plantain convo a day. This is how his content goes. Chat, you say, this is day 5 of question of the day, and today the question of the day is, chat, it's pure plantain convos every single time, chat. That was a good law though. If you was to create a new law, what would it be? Cleanup is a deportable offense. I agree. If you are completely sober, like you was just in your house 30 minutes ago and you've waited till 2 a.m. to drive to outside of the club and you are risen up girls who are burst, drunk, fried, yeah, that's a deportable offense, bro. Like, that's just not cool. No. That's crazy, right? That's actually crazy. Like, that's just crazy. Next. If you was to create a new law, what would it be? Why are you asking me bare questions? Go do something with your life. Okay. If you was to create a new law, what would it be? As a man, I want to be allowed to do Pilates, drink matcha, and play Sims. Yeah, you might as well add wearing aloe sets and play paddle as well. Just add that to the list as well. Like, just add that as well. Fuck it. Babs, you wear Lululemon. Yeah? There's a difference between Lululemon and aloe. Like, there's a gap. Come on now, chat. Lululemon is like top tier. Come on now. If you was to create a new law, what would it be? Make it legal for men to bash. It is already legal. It is already legal.